I think we're just doing it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Art of War live stream. We're really excited for this one. We are going to be talking today about the balanced data slate that just came out yesterday.
Yeah.
Today, Michael and I are here to talk about winners and losers. More specifically, we're here to wildly disagree with the review that Richard and Jack did yesterday. I'm kidding. It's probably pretty good.
It's actually probably pretty accurate.
I didn't actually watch it.
It's kind of hard to have a wrong opinion on this one, except maybe Richard's opinion about AdMac, but that might be might be the only one.
It's not a wrong opinion. That's more than that. So, welcome everyone. Hopefully, you're as excited about new balanced data slate as we are, and about a new meta for 40K. That's something that we always really like. And if you like 40K, and if you like this video, go ahead and like the video, share with your friends, leave a comment, subscribe. All of these buzzwords are really important for us. They help us pay rent, get new cameras, paint models, and generally just keep making content for all of you. So we really appreciate your support. We genuinely could not do this without the fantastic Warhammer community and the support that you all give to us. Michael, you happy?
I'm pretty happy.
Excellent. That's it. He's just pretty happy.
I'm just pretty happy.
Absolutely. Well,
There's nothing else.
I'm glad for that. As well, if you do actually want to see more, if you actually want to see Michael's real thoughts instead of I'm happy, you can actually find them in the Worm. It's where Michael puts all of his 3-word sentences.
You don't understand. You understand. As I become more of a Space Marine player, it's just the more my thoughts like disappear from my brain, dude. They rot away.
You don't need thoughts where we're going.
I don't. I just need good armor saves and oath of moments.
There you go. But you can find even more of our content in the Worm. That is the link in the description below, theworm.vhx.tv. We're going to have more games with some of the armies that have been updated here. We do 3 games a week. One of them's here on YouTube. You'd know if you subscribed. But 3 of them are in the Worm. And you know what? If you want to try it out, there's a free trial right there in that link below. Just if you want to get a free 3-day trial, check it out. What's there? We got a lot more coverage of the balanced data slate coming forward. All right, Michael Man.
Before we get into it, we have to do a word from our sponsors really quick.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, we do. Boop, boop, boop.
Would you like a premium foldable terrain set that fits into a travel-ready case? This is a complete and cohesive grab-and-go set of premium terrain brought to you by FoldForge. Experience tournament play the way it should be, competitive and immersive. Using magnets, the short walls can be flipped left or right to fit the chapter-approved layouts. If you prefer narrative play, this set does that too. The buildings can be linked together to create fortresses and strongholds. The walkways fold up and down, which makes measuring or moving models easy and fun. Pack or unpack in under 2 minutes, knowing your terrain is exactly where it should be. No more digging through overpacked closets. Make your life easier. Grab your premium, cohesive FoldForge set today.
All right, and we are back.
So, data slate time.
Data slate time.
I think some of the data slate winners and losers are obvious.
Yep.
Right? Like Eldar.
Didn't win.
They sure didn't win.
The both of the Guardian Battle Host players, it doesn't even matter.
Okay, the Storm Guardian nerf is just funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually just funny. Like, I can't comprehend how they were like going through, man, it's these fire dragons and all this fire and fading, but those 10 Storm Guardians on their home field,
Yeah.
it can't. That's too much.
It's one of those things where, like, how do you draw the line on a unit that is in literally every list?
Yeah.
But also, like, it doesn't feel broken. Like Intercessors. Intercessors at 80 points. Every Space Marine player is like, I have 5 Intercessors. They are very good. I like my 5 Intercessors. I would never cut them. We're all in agreement. We all take 1 unit of Intercessors. But, like, if Intercessors went up 10, I would feel like this is stupid. But it's like, it's a unit that we all take. It's like the Combi Lieutenant. He doesn't deserve to go up in points. He is perfect as 1.
I can't. Every time a Space Marine player's like, what if I didn't take him? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about?
The Combi Lieutenant.
Only if I could just, I have the best lawn up in the game, but my steak is too buttery and my lobster's too delicious, or whatever the saying is now. It's crazy.
The Storm Guard nerf is surprising, but, like, we see Eldar take serious hits. I have a pet theory that in about a month, we're going to see people win a tournament with one of the two detachments that everyone is now saying is dead.
Yeah, I could see that.
I
Unironically, it's like with GSE, a GSE always comes back. Eldar also always comes back.
Look,
I mean, Windrider Host is still there, right? And like,
there's always whispers about Guardians being broken. I'm never entirely sure. They always tell me, actually, John, you take 10 Guardians and you attach 2 Warlocks, and on average that kills a knight. I'm like reading the profiles. I'm like, I'm not entirely sure that I believe you. But they keep insisting, so maybe it's true. I do think that the Eldar nerf, I mean, let's kind of start with Eldar, right? It's taking those 2 big builds right out of the meta.
Yeah, they're just gone.
What it's doing now. I have seen Eldar get a removed from game nerf 4 times this edition, I believe. And somehow...
I think it might be 4 times.
I think this is the 4th one.
That might actually be accurate. Yeah.
And somehow they kept winning tournaments after the first 3. So I'm really hesitant to declare Eldar dead, but the power level is clearly like a letter and a half lower than what it was before.
The solved builds, right, are gone.
Like
right?
if Eldar was an A or A minus, it's now B or B plus. But
yeah.
I still think someone's gonna figure out, not me, a way to win a major with Eldar, because like the damage is still off the chain. The tricks are merely one of the best in the game, instead of unequivocally the best in the game. I could see it happening.
I also think that like Eldar in some matchups were so powerful that they didn't have to do like the get in, get out shenanigans.
Yeah, like they could just like trade Fuegan for 4 tanks once, and then they're like, well,
that's like okay.
Yeah, Fuegan's dead now, but you know, your last tank is just gonna get hit by crit 5s.
And you can fire and fade behind walls still, right? I'm not okay. So I'm not gaslighting it, but you definitely got mega nerfed. However, it still can be there, right? It still can be there. That's like the biggest loser of the slate to me. I don't think anyone lost harder than Eldar.
Yeah,
at least of my opinion so far. Right?
No, single biggest loser, 100%.
Who's the single biggest winner?
Ooh,
I know Space Marines got nerfed, but I feel like it could still be Space Marines.
Nah, it's not Space Marines. Space Marines are going to be in the positive column on this. They're still a winner. Me wrong.
They're still a winner.
Despite getting points nerfs, I think that they're okay. I'm of the opinion that Astra Militarum.
Oh yeah,
is like number 1.
They probably are the biggest winner. They picked up no nerfs,
0 nerfs,
a great new detachment.
Yep.
And
so if you were playing Recon, you just are still playing Recon with like no adjustments needed. And if you were playing Combined Arms, you just get an upgrade. You just get a facelift.
Yeah. So I was pretty surprised to see the Recon build survive. I mean, we all know it's just Wesley at the moment, but like,
yeah. Well,
he is like destroying people with it. So
call me crazy. I thought that when a faction had a 47% win rate and exactly 1 player won with an army, some large tournaments, I thought that meant that they got nerfed. Games Workshop. That's what I've been seeing. Well, every time.
Well, I mean, there's like other EC players, right? Who was that guy who did well at LGT? Boris, right?
Boris.
Yeah. He didn't win, I guess, but
he didn't.
He got pretty close. I think Guard are going to be one of the new big top dogs. And what's really tough about it is that the new Grizzled Company is both good at teching into being good against gun lines and good against melee, which is like probably like the scary part to me, because you can bring Bulgrin, which are really good against melee armies. Bulgrin are very, very good against melee armies. And then AOC Rogaldorns is like a nightmare for any gun line in the game to kill.
For most of them, yeah. There's some people rocking around with like AP5 ignore cover on their rep X's and hammerheads.
Right. That is, like, I mean, that is a thing that exists, but not everywhere. Right.
Not everywhere.
What else about Guard? I'm trying to think. Like, I think some of their predators going down is like I would consider Eldar probably pretty good in a Guard. Traditionally.
So funny enough, the
not the Recon build, but
Recon just like
Recon was different.
Recon was bad.
I think Combined Arms, but
Combined Arms, if you did it right, actually had a fair Eldar matchup, because so the Guard players called it Recombined, where it was like Recon Combined Arms, where you took a Combined Arms detachment and you didn't take a bunch of tanks.
Sure.
You had like 2 Dorns in the back and you had about 5 turns of screens in front of it.
Oh, I guess for me, what I mean is like the Combined Arms build with like the Dorns coming back and stuff. I mean, that build is like safe to enter the meta again.
That is true.
Yeah, it's right.
It's safe to come back. Marked safe from Fire Dragons, killing 3 Dorns.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you just keep them far apart. They kill 1 Dorn, you kill them back.
And then Admech was also a really big threat to like a lot of Guard armies, because it was like, oh, look at my infantry is way better than your infantry, and I'm gonna like actually outtrade you. And also look at all my twinling glass cannon chickens. Oh, there goes all your tanks. And so I think that's also like a really big deal.
It is.
What do you think about AdMech? Speaking of winners and losers, so AdMech lost.
AdMech lost.
I'm not convinced they like died lost.
Okay, so
I'm gonna pull up their points because that's the big thing.
no,
Right?
it's like if you were like absolutely maxing, your list went up about 200. A lot of lists went up less than 200. So AdMech only got points nerfs, no rules nerfs. Their rules were amazing, as we all saw, and we were all surprised. I hit that zoom twice. Boop, boop. Like we saw that AdMech was amazing. They deserved this. I think that they're in a better position than Eldar are coming out of this.
I would 100%
because they still get to do everything. They just have less stuff. But like AdMech's problem was they're too good and too cheap, and now they are merely too good and not too cheap.
Yeah.
And I think that depending on the style, you can lose a lot fewer points than what Richard lost on his Guitar Hunter cohort. I think Guitar Hunter cohort is basically Richard's list where you just shave until it's 2K. And that is still very good. I think that the Halo Screed, the lists that were running, like some like the Destroyer or Breacher bricks, the Cataphan bricks,
They didn't get.
they did not lose nearly as many points.
Not nearly as many points.
And so, because they weren't spamming out the 40 mils with 2 moons.
Yep.
And, you know, they had like 6 chickens instead of 9. They had call. So they're losing like 100 points.
Which
like,
is way different than 200.
Way different from 200. Way easier to cut.
Because if you told me that army only lost like 100 points, I'd be like, what do you mean it only
Yeah.
lost 100 points?
And there are some cheap things that were better in that than they were in Guitar Hunter cohort that like weren't being seen because they only hit the Guitar Hunter
yeah,
unit.
because like, what's it called? Dragoons are not bad. And then there's like that priest unit that's pretty good. The Electra priest unit. Because if we go just through the points and we calls plus 35, everybody takes call now.
And he's not getting cut from a single list ever.
Yeah, so those are 35 points that all of the AdMech lists are eating. Iron Striders, I think almost everyone was running some amount of Iron Striders, right?
I think everyone was.
Yeah,
and
so
everyone will.
And I think this was like a 4 to 6 number.
Yeah.
Sometimes more. So this is probably like 60 to 80 points that almost everyone's eating, right? And then Skystalkers, some people ran like 5, some people ran like 10. Some AdMech, some of the what's it called? Host.
Guitar Hunter cohort?
No.
Halo's Creed?
Halo's Creed.
Okay.
Halo's Creed. Some of the Halo's Creed lists weren't spamming out Skystalkers, which means that they don't actually take a hard nerf on that. Infiltrators,
Just a couple units.
just a couple units, so they're not going to take a huge nerf on
You
that.
don't nearly take as many Rust Stalkers in.
Don't take nearly as many Rust Stalkers.
Halo.
And then all of a sudden, Halo's Creed is done being nerfed.
Yeah. And I'll also point out that some lists take the Scorpius Disintegrator instead of the Balistari.
That's also true, right?
And if you did that, you just didn't go down.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, because the Disintegrator is also like not a bad data for you.
Yeah.
Like, we're pretty good.
It's quite good. You can do it in Guitar Hunter as well. I don't know. I think that AdMech just has to pivot and is no longer broken.
Yeah.
But like,
I think it's really good.
I won't be surprised if I see it come out as a top 5 or 8 army in the game.
I would agree with that.
I'm feeling. We'll have a tier list out soon. My inclination, without having seen new AdMech play, is that it's fallen out of the top 5 but stayed in the top 8. It's like in that ballpark of like, yep, this is a good army.
Yeah, question mark for me is like how many true S tier armies are going to exist at this
I
point.
don't actually know how many I could list above it.
Yeah, I don't think AdMech are like a true S tier. I do think they are a really strong A tier though. Maybe even the king of A tier. And then as the meta develops, AdMechs may still be go good. They just like end up in S tier anyway, right? So I think that's like one of the big ones. Let's just kind of go down through some of these points.
You want to alternate picking winners and losers? Or?
Yeah, go ahead. What did you do?
So we did loser. We've done 2 winner loser. So we need another winner here.
Blood Angels.
Blood Angels.
Blood Angels.
It's a good call. The new detachment for Blood Angels is that and Guard seem like the 2 that are going to make an actual tangible impact on the game.
Oh, Sanguinar got cheaper.
Yeah, the Sanguinar did get.
They're really so they got a great new detachment. That's the thing about Blood Angels right now. So they got a great new detachment. The Sanguinar points drop doesn't really matter. I mean, it is nice for him, but
10 points is 10 points.
10 points is 10 points is 10 points. That new detachment is really interesting.
Very good.
Really good.
I've gotten to play a game against it. I think you've seen it on the table at least once, right?
Seen on the table at least once. It's so consistent. It's crazy.
The damage on just
The damage is really unbelievable.
You lose the Lance strat, but the last update made Sanguinary Guard just like have Lance.
Yep.
Which is kind of a crazy thing once you like say it out loud.
And 3 of them for 125?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
These are flying Terminators that hit good. I just what?
So like Yeah.
They hit so good.
I'm not going to pretend that the 4th wound doesn't matter. But like, if you start comparing Sanguinary Guard to Victrix Guard, they're not. Like, they're about the same cost
With
per
a
model.
character. With a character.
Well, they each kind of want a character.
Yeah.
But like, the Sanguinary Guard have the 4-up invuln, but their -1 to wound is only in shooting, or only combat. But it also comes with -1 to hit. So they're tougher in combat than Victrix Guard are. They're -1 to hit and wound with an invuln. And the combat is where you're more likely to get that AP up to the invuln point anyway. So they're definitely tougher in combat in my mind. They are same number of attacks on the charge.
Because Victrix are 5.
Victrix are 5.
And then
Sangard are 4 plus 1 from the detachment.
Yep.
The Sangard come with lance built in and are strength 6. Whereas Victrix are strength 5. Now Victrix can also leverage a ton of buffs. And so this is not me trying to gaslight people into saying, actually the Victrix aren't that crazy. This is a talk about how good Sanguinary Guard are.
Yeah.
Victrix are still here. They're still here.
They're
Don't
still
worry. I'm
incredible.
not trying to like sneak this bar lower. No, Victrix are still here. But like, once you start doing the math, and you're like, wow, this is just like, it's 6 inches faster, has advanced and charge access, hits a comparably hard, sometimes harder, usually harder.
And flies fast.
Fly is fast. And like, yeah, Victrix can advance and charge, Sanguinary Guard can advance and charge.
A Victrix can only roll a
only
6.
go 12.
Can only roll a 6 to move as much as the base movement of a Sanguinary Guard. Yeah, I think Blood Angels seem really, really strong. I think they seem really strong. I'm really curious to see what Rage Curse Onslaught build is going to come out as the king, because a lot of our early explorations are like a lot of different builds.
Yes.
Which is really cool. But like also, it's very interesting to me reading that detachment, because you like read it, it's like, oh yes, it's doing the Death Company thing. And then you like start kind of building it out and seeing what it looks like. It's like, wow, there are so many different viable units in this detachment, and there's so many different ways you can build it, and there's so many different ways you can play Blood Angels right now. Really, really big winner. They didn't win more than Guard, I think. I think Guard are just like, Predators are gone, it's blah, blah, blah. Blood Angels are still inherently a melee army, so they have some more inherent risk and danger into the world. But definitely a really big winner here.
I think so, because where Blood Angels were at before was that Lag was still the most popular, but we saw that Inheritors was becoming more popular.
Yeah.
But Inheritors never had widespread success.
Yeah.
Players like Jack could go win events with Inheritors. We didn't see Inheritors ever had widespread success.
Not really.
And this feels like it's actually raising the power level of Blood Angels. This just looks better than Lag to me.
I would agree.
I've played against it. I've read them both a couple times. I don't think Lag has a reason to exist anymore, because you have this. You just play this over Lag. If you like the normal Blood Angel style, this over Lag.
Yep.
I think it's better than Inheritors too, but at least Inheritors is doing a different thing to the point that I'm like very willing to hear about it.
Yeah, I would agree. I think they're different armies, right? Because Inheritors is playing like a very different game plan, whereas like Rage Curse is just like, it's far more of a traditional melee army because it has true fight on death. It has true advance and charge. It has like now really good defensive and good offensive buffs.
Sticky on death is crazy.
That sticky on death is really good. So this is far more of like a traditional, I want to go fight, I want to go brawl on the objectives. And like Inheritors is more like, I'm going to charge you, but like meaningfully.
Yeah.
And Rage Curse is like, I'm just going in, baby.
Hey, dude, the damage output on Rage Cursed is really strong.
It's feral. It's feral.
I think what you noticed was the consistency.
Yes, I'm +1 to wound. I reroll every. Oh, here's my Death Company. Oh, yes, I reroll hits. Oh, yes, I'm +1 to wound. Oh, I reroll wound rolls of 1 from the detachment. Oh, I brought a chaplain. I am +1 to wound. Like I'm like, oh, okay, it's just everything just connects. It just all connects. And I was like, wow, why have I been playing orcs? I could just be a Blood Angel this whole time, and I could just kill everything.
You're playing orcs?
I'm sure not right now. I'm sure not.
Sad.
So it was actually a really cool army. But I could talk about Blood Angels right now forever. But who's the next loser? Sisters?
It has to be, right? Sisters. I would struggle to say that they didn't get like a nerf they deserved, but also like they got slightly more than I expected.
It's a lot of red numbers.
It's just none of these are unreasonable when I read them, but somehow the end result, I was like, I didn't think Sisters needed to go up like over 100.
Yeah, I thought they needed to like lose. I think they needed to hit problematic pieces more than they needed to hit like the army itself.
The problem is they only did that. It's just that Sisters were actually 4 problematic units getting rule of 3.
I guess that is true, isn't it?
I feel like the Vol nerf, her 15 points felt a little bit extra.
Yeah, that
just-
was surprising to me because I didn't think Vol was necessarily like Vol's just really good, but I thought the more the problem was is that there was a billion other dudes on the table, right?
I'm currently campaigning on a platform of don't nerf load bearing units. We don't really need to overthink this, but that's my current platform, and I see Morven Vol as like the one of tax that it's okay to be where it is. Like Morven Vol in 3 Paragrons is broken. Yeah, but it's fine because every army in the game has a little broken stuff to it.
Yeah, I also just think that like some for like iconic pieces for an army are just allowed to be like undercosted sometimes or like a little more powerful because like
They're allowed to be good enough.
the sisters player wants to play more involved. The more involved should be good enough for the sisters player to play it, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
like, no matter how mad I am about it, I'm not trying to convince Michael that we should raise the cost on Logan Grimnar. Logan Grimnar is too cheap.
Yeah.
He's too good for his points number and his data.
5 more points on Aryak, by the way. Doesn't make any sense.
It's jokes. But like it's okay if Space Wolf players want to use their cool new Terminator kit and their cool new Logan Grimnar. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just you let them have it.
And
every army gets one of those.
And it's like my load bearing unit, kind of like you said. If you took away Logan from me, my Space Wolf list would go a lot
If you take Noise Marines out of Emperor's Children, like what's the point?
100%.
What's the point of playing Emperor's Children without Noise Marines? Like that's their unit.
Sisters also, I feel like the Sisters build was also really anti-meta, right? It was really designed to fight the current menaces at the time.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing I think they lose on is that we're going into, now I would say probably an unsolved meta. I don't really know. Some kings are obvious, but I think some will rise.
Yeah.
And I don't know that Sisters can just play anything all the time. Like I think you have to. I think you got to line the build up. Right?
I do agree with your assessment on that. I just feel like they lost like 20 or 30 points more than I would have guessed. Like I feel like the Canonist could have gone up 5 instead of 10, and then Vol could have not gone up 15.
Yeah, Vol
and I would have actually been really happy with this.
Yeah.
I think the Hospitaller and the Sacrosanct and the Retributors all going up, I think is very justified.
Yeah,
I actually liked the Dominions +5 because it always kind of made me mad that a Battle Sister squad was like so close in cost to a Dominion squad. But at this point, it's 15 points cheaper. You can really look at Battle Sisters instead.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now we need a winner. Who's a good winner?
A good winner? Let's scroll past Black Templars. We're not picking them.
No, they're not a winner. Yeah, they're not a winner.
Hey, Tyranids got 10 points back on their Subterranean Assault lists.
No, not Chaos Knights.
Not Chaos Knights.
I mean, CSM, I don't know if they won or if they just exist.
They definitely didn't lose.
Yeah, they didn't lose, but I wouldn't say they called them winner. I think they're like net neutral at the end of the day. Dark Angels? No, it looks like you actually got nerfed, if anything.
Yeah, they buffed the Deathwing Knight, or sorry, the Ravenwing Command Squad, which is not at all what I care about.
Dude, look at all these green numbers on EC.
I hate you.
Look at all these green. This army got minus 15 points on Foot Demon Prince. Minus 15.
Look how cheap our Terminators
155 for your Terminator. What's their special rule?
If I shoot all of my guns at one enemy unit, I do reroll hits against it in combat.
Minus 10 points on Chaos Spawn.
That's actually cool.
I actually like that unit. Yeah, me and John just played a game, and I thought that was actually a really cool unit. Wow, okay, I'm really struggling to find another winner here.
I feel like the winners are the people who didn't die while others... So I think Votan's a winner.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at this. There's a lot of green numbers.
Also, I think Votan really benefits from Eldar not being the Predator.
Yes,
Votan,
they hate Eldar.
Votan, I think, was just like traditional Votan. I'm actually not as familiar with Delve Force Assault Shift.
Yeah.
But traditional Votan of like, I have several land forts. I have guys inside my land forts. The guys that get out of the land forts are good. I do good rules. I am good. Just died to Eldar.
Oh, they say it's real charges, John.
It's real charges?
I did.
Right. No,
that's even worse. That's even worse.
Whatever.
However, I will say, actually, the chat about Chaos Demons, the birds.
Oh, is Demons a winner when you consider everything?
I think when you consider everything, like actually, yes. So one of the things that you can consider with Demons is that they really hated Eldar. They really hated Admech Glass chickens.
I thought, hold on. I thought that
Don't drag him down. Don't drag him down like this. Don't take him down.
But Demons had a good match with Eldar.
And not on average. Not on average.
Yeah.
Not on average, I would say. However, Demons in general took a huge loss on the Great Unclean One.
Yeah,
that I genuinely think Demonic Incursion
dies with him.
I don't know how. I've played a lot of Demonic Incursion. I don't know how you play that army without the 4-up Flipping Grand and Clean one. I mean, he is the gel that makes the army work because you have a unit that doesn't fall over and die. But the difference between a 4-up Feel No Pain and a 5-up Feel No Pain, ask Bully Boy Meganobs. Do you see those anymore? No, you do not.
Night and day, baby.
They don't have a 4-up Feel No Pain anymore, do they? Right? So the birds, though, I mean, you're going to see red numbers here, right? Because they technically, yes, they did go up in points, but they're flat 3 damage now, which is like not even a comparable difference to D3 damage,
If you think
right?
of it this way, that is one of the best enhancements in the game. Nice 15-point enhancement on Fate Weaver. Turn his gun from D3 to D.
Oh yeah, right.
It's a great enhancement.
Yeah, and it's like indirect now. The indirect did lose an AP as we discovered, which seems crazy to me. But I guess AP3 indirect would have been like flat 3. That would have actually been good.
I actually think they did that because of the T-Sons, because they didn't want it to be AP5.
AP5 indirect.
AP5 flat 3 indirect.
That would have been funny.
That would not have been okay.
That would have been funny.
It would not have been okay.
Okay, do you know how hard it is to actually get through all those hoops? Unironically, that is actually a bunch of hoops to jump through to make that happen.
AP5 in real hits, man.
If I get my spells off. If I get it off. If I get it. Anyway, the birds. So Scintillating Legion gets a lot of juice out of this, right? Scintillating Legion gets a lot of juice out of this because all of a sudden Scintillating goes from like, I'm this cool blunter, but I like might roll ones on all my damage and then lose. And now it's just like, I actually do damage all the time. I just hit you. Like the not the inescapable eye, the puppet master. With the here's my screamers, here's my bird that now like absolutely blasts you through damage through the skies is like really cool, as well as Kairos indirecting you at the same time. Gives like a lot of ways for the birds to interact. I mean, I'm kind of hyping myself on Scintillating Legion right now. I'm kind of
there.
I like Lords of Change a lot. They're my favorite demons model by far.
Oh,
so
okay.
I think they win, and I think the like 2 big predators for them being worse is a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, that is really good. But then also you getting the buff. Where they land in the meta is like a really big question for me.
Yeah, that I have no idea.
There's a real question of where the meta is going, because there's one option, which is that a lot of people with bruises on their knuckles who really like putting T14, T13, just like big stuff forward. Everyone who likes to, if you've ever walked by a table and you've seen 6 of the Necron super heavy from Apocalypse, and you're like, those things have rules, and they're like, yeah, dude, it's great if your opponent doesn't have a fire dragon.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, fair enough. How many of those skew lists are going to come back? How many people are going to be like, oh, fire dragons are gone and Sister's Melta just got nerfed? 3 redeemers.
Right.
How many, like 3
This is a
Lamports?
herald of the apocalypse.
I think it's worth the risk to live without our other overlords, but you do have to wonder if there's something worse out there, which just like wasn't willing to walk in front of a fire dragon.
We're waiting to find out.
So if this gets into like just like a defensive stat check of like, wait, actually I am tough enough, do you actually kill that with like the strength 9,
10? There's an aura plus 1 strength.
Right, the strength 10 and 9 of the various guns on these Lords of Change. I just worry that if like people look at this and say, and now that that's gone, I'm going to run 4 great unclean ones anyways.
That would be an interesting duel. We should play that.
I would love to see a little demon on demon action.
So that is actually a really good point. So in my opinion, durability has been king for a minute now. Now, the top armies were these infinite damage armies because they have to be.
Yes.
Like they have to be infinite damage because things are actually really hard to kill right now, right?
I think damage on the game just got lower.
And I do think I would agree with you. Damage on the game just got lower. So the tough units are going to be technically even tougher now. And you're going to go into your tournament run and be like, oh man, like you said, the Fire Dragon player didn't kill this big Lord of Skulls for me. He didn't Fire Dragon him for me. And I didn't show up to kill Lord of Skulls or whatever, something along those lines, right? So that definitely can be like actually a really big point.
There are players that lose to Eldar that I don't want to play against.
Right.
Like,
It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
So I think demons overall are still going to win. However, I have said this every time I've seen demons get buffed, and it never matters. So I am ready. I am ready to see it not matter at all. I did play the Scintillating Legion stuff in the Thousand Suns detachment.
Yep,
it was fine. I think the problem is that Scintillating Legion itself and Chaos Demons gets to bring all the birds, and like it's not a problem, right?
Yeah,
I get to bring 3 birds. And
One
that
stone.
is like way too much army for a Thousand Suns army to handle. Whereas like, because the cool part about Scintillating Legion is they get that little, it is a little non-interactive with the Puppet Master and like the Kairos and stuff like that. T-Suns don't get to do that gameplay loop. And also in order for me to get the buffs, I have to like get some combos and stuff like that. Whereas like Scintillating Legion they just do it. So that's like the one difference. I'm not convinced that T-Suns is going to be the way to go, but the Demon's Way might actually be really cool. So
yeah, I'd be very curious to see that. I really keep hearing these whispers about Scintillating Legion. I really want to see it in action.
yeah, I want to figure it out a little more. All right, who's a loser? Actually, we can go back to Black Templars and talk about that.
Oh, dude,
That is like actually a kind of a question mark.
So like, there's a lot of there's a lot of things with this where I just don't understand.
Yeah, so Templars win rate was very middle of the road,
Yep.
if not negative,
So
right?
I think somehow, like, I feel like Templars had this page written 3 months ago and no one checked.
Yeah, that feels kind of accurate because Black Templars came out of the gate kind of hot. People were really hyped about them. They seemed like they were going to be really good, and then it just turned out fine.
Yeah, there's speculation that it would be the best Space Marine chapter.
Yep.
In like a Gladius, not like in one of their own detachments. God help us.
Yeah, no one's playing that.
And that was the idea. And in theory, like if they hadn't released a bunch of Space Marine things after that, it might have been true. But they did. They released a bunch of Space Marine things right after that, and they were all better.
Yeah.
And also, we then like played more games, and we realized that this like Black Templar Gladius was just like good. Wasn't crazy.
Just good. It's a little
Yeah.
straightforward. Is like its real problem. Is it technically does have some cool
Did they get the
tricks.
repulsor as well?
They did hit the repulsor. They did. So the traditional Gladius build, if you're just looking at this, is going up 10, 20, 30, 40,
70.
70. Yeah, it's going up 70. And that's kind of a lot. Right?
Yeah, cutting a scout squad out of a Space Marine army is so much harder than it sounds.
It's a lot.
I just don't get why that happened. Things like, the Gladiator Valiant for Black Templars is actually really good. I am shocked that went down. However, they deserved to not go up 70.
I could agree with that.
So I don't really understand how that happened. Yeah, Templars, like, I don't recall seeing, they
were just doing
super
fine.
strong event results.
Yeah, they were just doing fine.
I recall their win rate being mildly below 50, and just like at that normal Space Marine place where every Space Marine army has a 48% win rate unless there's a real problem.
Yeah.
If the Space Marine army goes to 51, like the sirens have to go on.
The sirens are going off.
I don't at all get what happened here.
Yeah, I don't really know either.
Yeah.
I'm really confused about it. They weren't doing anything crazy, especially since in comparison, like the double Vitrix Ultramarine list went up 60.
I think that just has to be, it went up, about 60 to 70, depending on what you were bringing. But
Which is like the same as Templars. And that's just like, what?
to me, that has to just be a timing issue.
Yeah,
Like-
that's probably what it is, right?
Like maybe there was a draft where these Black Templar nerfs happened, and then they like in the last minute were like, we should do something about Victor's Guard, shouldn't we?
Yep.
I don't know. I don't understand how the Templars got nerfed.
So I think I think Templars are going to really shrink away from the game now. I don't think Templars had any ground to stand on for this one. So I think it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be tough. Any other show owners? Let's see. Let's just give it a good scroll. I think we've really hit kind of the highlights of this. I think what's really cool about the current slate is that we get to go into a little bit of a who's going to come out of this, right? I think we're going to enter a really good early brawl of the meta and discover who's actually going to win it.
So here's a challenge for you. Pick a loser or winner who didn't change.
Ooh, that
Just
change?
on context.
Oh man,
Give me
loser.
one.
Or don't worry, Orcs lost.
Orcs lost.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
They lost by existing.
Go ahead. No. Michael, give me that scroller.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and, we're going to scroll up to this perfectly gray thing so that everyone knows what we're talking about and they don't have to imagine us saying there were no changes. Michael, tell me why Orcs lost.
Because they're sad little orcs, dude.
Okay. Do you think in the context of the game, Orcs got better or worse? Not good or bad.
They got worse because my opinion of them got lower.
How did your opinion get lower?
Because I
when
played,
Adamet got nerfed.
I played more of them and I got sadder.
What you have?
That's what
when
it
did you
is,
play
though.
Orcs?
Sometime.
Michael.
at some time like a month or two ago.
A month or two ago.
Who
Okay.
knows?
In the past week, have orcs gotten better or worse?
Worse.
Michael.
Because every day I get sadder about this army, John.
Michael, you got to give the people some content here. What are you doing?
I'm giving them content, guys. Orcs, they need help.
That's sad.
Save them.
All right, I'll pick.
Four up, feel no pain, bully boys back.
I'll pick a winner for you. That didn't change.
I'm looking. Okay.
Grey Knights.
I would agree with that actually.
Grey Knights did not. They got some points decreases that do not matter at all. Grey Knight lists do not change. It's totally fine. I think that Grey Knights just had no business playing against Eldar.
Yeah, I figured that was
Because no one did.
Yeah.
And then I think that they also really didn't like Admech.
Ooh, this is another loser actually. I would agree that they did not play against Admech because Admech was like a bit of a problem. They could actually kill Admech, but it was more of like Admech genuinely had so much stuff, and it was like a really big problem.
A screening and gun problem for me.
And then, yes, I agree. It's like a screening problem. And then the other issue with Eldar is like just too many Fire Dragons, and then your Grandmaster Dread Knights are kind of sad, and then it's just a bit tough.
Yeah, Four Penfolds are fun, but T8 is rough in Eldar. It's not a good break point.
Tau. This is a loser we skipped over. They definitely lost because the Stealth Suit nerf, plus the Riptide nerf, plus the Skyray nerf. This army went up a bunch of points. I will say, me and John are of the opinion that this army was actually like kind of sneaky good the whole time.
Yeah.
And I think that's still true. So, but I do think they net lose out of this whole interaction. I also think that Guard being a good gun line coming back is always tough for other gun lines because you don't want to be the worst gun line in the gun line fight.
What's funny is that like Guard isn't like a traditional gun line at the moment. Guard is like 2 battle tanks.
Yeah.
And then everything else is like dudes in transports and Bulgren and like playing the table.
Yeah, but those cash can hurt, dude.
It's like shooting board control more than it is a gun line.
I mean, I guess that's true. I guess for me, when I'm evaluating Guard, I have to evaluate Guard as like just a bunch of guns usually. I just don't see Tau shooting that much harder than Guard now, right?
Well, the funny thing is that they still have a Riptide. Just to be clear, just because it went upset doesn't mean you cut the Riptide.
Yeah, I know, but
So like the Riptide shoots pretty hard.
I mean, it shoots good, but so do your Rogel
Do
Dorns,
you
bro.
know what a Storm Surge does?
I don't. Should I care about it being 360?
Yeah, I think that was a mistake.
Oh, really? You really think? Okay.
So Storm
So
Surge.
you don't think? You think they throw a loser out of this?
I do, but I think that they're going to have some pivot options.
Okay. All right. Well, tell me about the Storm Surge problem.
Is T11, 2 up armor, 4 up invuln, 20 wounds.
Okay.
Towering, obviously.
So it's like a knight.
It's like a knight, but like it's like a knight with a 2 up armor and 4 up invuln.
Sure.
Its gun is damage 12. Multi-shot. It's 2 shots of like AP 5 damage 12.
It's on 4 space.
I mean, yes, but it ignores hit mods, and it's obviously going to be like
So it hits on
guided.
3. So it hits on 3.
So it's on 3s rolling 1s.
Yeah.
And it rolls like all hits into big stuff, I think.
Okay.
It's Storm Surge is 2 broadsides in a trench coat. I feel like the damage roll is an important part of that. But it is like towering is not bad. The thing's
not bad.
relatively tough. I don't think it's like you take 3 of them. I don't think we're there. You need board control.
You take like 1.
I think you just take 1, but it's just like it like taps the terrain feature, draws the long angle given to it by doing that.
Sure.
And just shoots the big damage 12 gun at people. And it has a spread profile, I think, that was pretty good. Oh, it's heavy, I guess. So yeah, it could be hitting on 2s if it wants, but
That's kind of cool, actually.
I just like, I don't know. I feel like there's actually still good options. You could do 2 hammerheads. I agree that's also an option. But the difference is that hammerheads aren't towering with a 2 up armor and a 4 up invuln.
The value of the Storm Surge is the durability in addition, right? That is the big thing. Hammerheads are actually not too hard to
Hammerheads
kill.
are also quite good. The Storm Surge also comes with a bucket of like small missile shots that aren't great, but
Yeah, if I remember right, it doesn't have like a giant like missile launcher thing.
It's
on
like
its
4
chest or whatever.
D6 blasts.
Yeah, it's like some silly number of numbers, right?
Yeah.
So that's interesting. That's actually kind of a cool concept.
I wouldn't be shocked if Tau players continued to find a way.
T-Suns.
I mean, it has to be a winner.
They're most definitely winner. They didn't.
Only
They
buffs.
never
only
lost.
buffs,
by any
and
means.
you gained essentially a new detachment.
So how I feel about this is the demon detachment. Someone might figure it out. I've given it a couple shots. I have another idea I want to try, but I haven't tried it yet. That has like 40 pink cores in it, and like a bunch of like trying to play it from a more of like a. You take 20 Scarab Cult Terminators, like 40 pink cores, and like Kairos, and you have like the cool Kairos indirect, and like you body block with pinks while your Terminators do the thing. Could be a way to works. I'm not convinced the birds are the way to make it work. But that's actually quite cool. I think there's a few things to highlight here about Thousand Suns that are kind of like we've hit some interesting numbers. Predators at 130 is cheap. Forge Fiends at 130
Insanely
is cheap. Now, I hate tanks.
I hate that you have Forge Fiends. You don't deserve them.
Mauler Fiend, 120 points.
Dude, the Mauler Fiend is goated. I'm just going to say it.
120 points.
Not that one.
I think
That
your,
one's
I was
not
to
good.
say, I think your Mauler Fiend's better than mine.
It is. But
River Marines -5. Back to their codex cost. Good.
yeah.
Sorcerer, 80 points. This is, I think, the actual appropriate points cost for this unit. And then Zangor, 3 melee goats, 45 points.
It's a good screen.
Moves flies 10, OC6. And then bow goats back to 55 points.
Yeah.
There's like some good stuff here.
How do I get you into playing Sandstorm on table?
We have to get a lot of models. That's the real answer.
The fun fact is that Chaos Space Marine Predators are actually roughly the same size as Thousand Suns Predators.
It's more the Sekitar robots that are sold out across everywhere.
How many do you have? 4?
We have 2. Oh no, I have 4.
We cannot have 2.
I have 4. I have
Okay,
4.
no,
I have
we
4.
cannot
I
have
forgot.
2. I
I
know.
forgot. I have 4 painted.
Yep.
I want 12.
That's fair.
They're really good in this attachment. Like really good in this attachment. Because you can bring genuinely like 6 to 8 tanks and like 12 robots, and you have like 500 points for trash. Which is still pretty good.
I mean, the holes are just so cheap in this detachment. That
I think so too. I think we might have reached a critical mass of like there
guard?
are actually too many. Yes, it might actually be a death guard situation, right? Where there actually just too many tanks now, and they shoot pretty good in T-Suns. Like they shoot pretty good. Now, one important thing is that the T-Suns ones don't default get their rules. You have to do stuff first to turn them on, but they are slightly better versions of all those rules. So that's the one thing.
you just have to like keep a number of lone upcyclers alive playing the game.
You don't get access to too many lone upcyclers in this one. You can have the enhancement for the Termi Sorcerer.
Demon Prince.
And you can take the Demon Prince.
Enhancement, and then the 18-inch lone up Goat Boy. Disc Boy.
Yes, but he's not inherently. You have to pay for goats.
Or unit. Right?
No. Oh, no.
18-inch lone up sorcerer. Isn't he?
Oh, no, you can, you can put him with rubrics.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of options.
Yeah. So there are options. It's more of like a points problem of fitting all these different kinds of lone ops in.
500 points of trash.
You're always taking the Termi Sorcerer.
We're using Demon
because
Princes as trash now.
Unironically, I do kind of use them like that right now. Like they're just like, you're just like, oh, here's my 170 point flyboy. He's going to go like kill everything in front of him, which is cool. So T-Suns are definitely a winner. I also have like already said this before. I think my evaluation of how harsh the nerf truly was to T-Suns was probably too aggressive.
I think we were all there though.
It looked horrible.
It did.
It looked horrible, right? And I think the Grand Coven build initially was always just wrong. I actually just don't think it was actually the best build there the whole time. It was just how we played Index, and everyone assumed that's how we were supposed to play it again. But I think, for instance, that Hexport build I've been working on, it was there the whole time. It didn't receive any points nerfs.
Yeah.
It was there literally the whole time.
Could have been that, but cheaper.
It could have been that literally, but cheaper, right? So I think that's like the big thing. I think a lot of people are wrong about T-Suns. T-Suns are just a weird army to evaluate. So
Yeah, I
lots of
certainly
interesting
get it.
builds coming up. The Demons build coming up. Vehicle build coming up. Some cool stuff. I'll see. I mean, I can look through the closet. If we have actually the models for me to play it, and then maybe someone has to pretend to be a Sekitar robot, I mean, we can probably do that.
I can promise you that we have at least 3 Predators.
We have all the tanks.
Yeah, like I don't
We
know
have all
what-
the tanks.
besides tanks, what goes in the tanks attachment other than Thousand Suns and tanks, and I assume that we
It's
have
the
Thousand Suns and tanks.
Sekitars.
Okay, but like if you're not using the Terminators, you just put like 2 4-man Terminators on the table, and we just kind of like call it good enough for the day.
I want my cool robots.
Look, we can get you cool robots.
I
if you
like that.
the
I
list.
like that model.
Yeah, it is.
World Eaters, loser.
I
This is our last one, but
I'm surprised.
why did they get nerfed? I actually really don't know.
I think that World Leaders were about. If World Leaders did not get any points changes, we were about to call them the biggest winner.
You think so?
Not like,
I mean, I
maybe
agree.
not, maybe not the biggest.
I do agree that they had some big predators at the top right now holding them down.
World Leaders are really good and had a very bad Eldar matchup unless they did a specific Berserker spam list.
Yeah.
If you did like 60 Berserkers, you could play against Eldar, and if you didn't, you couldn't.
Yeah.
But then I think that they were just being a little preventative of like, yeah, we're just going to like put a couple of things in just to make sure that they don't get too big for their britches in a week.
Sure.
That's my guess. It's like 50 points. I was surprised that the Jugger bro went up, honestly. The Jugger Lord.
Oh, yes. He went up.
Chaos Lord on Juggernaut.
He went up
Lord on
100.
Juggernaut.
15. Wow, 15.
Yeah, I just
That's
like,
actually
I was
kind of a lot.
a little surprised by that.
I think I would agree. I think the things that are weird to me is they hit the Lord on Juggernaut. That seemed a little interesting. Berserker Glaive going to 35.
I mean, to be fair, that's a pretty good.
I mean, it's a good enhancement. And then Helm of Brazen Ire going up also 10. Also a good enhancement, especially on that Demon Prince. It's really quite strong. I guess and the Slaughterbound going up 15 points as well. This just felt like a weird amount of nerfs for an army that was doing fine. I think I personally would have liked them to see maybe like some small adjustments to not I don't know, maybe hitting the enhancements is actually just the appropriate way. I guess I just don't really like that the Lord on Juggernaut got hit, and I don't like that the Slaughterbound got hit so hard. I
wish that one of these other 5 detachments that I cannot tell you a single thing from had gotten a buff in the data slate. Because like I often compare War Leaders to Emperor's Children, not only because I love them and I have friends who love War Leaders, but because like they're the 2 combat-y of the Chaos Legions.
Yep.
They both have very limited model ranges. You have a bunch of tanks for reasons that I don't understand, that I don't get. But broadly speaking, I compare them. They also are both complete mono builds with the one detachment that is the only way you can play the faction.
Yeah.
And I liked that Emperor's Children got that little oh hey, rapid evisceration and got a rules change. It doesn't matter. Detachment's garbage.
Yep.
It's unplayable. I'm kidding. It's not actually. It's not as good as Coterie.
It's just not Coterie.
And they weren't going to make Possessed Slaughterband as good as Berserker Warband. I wish they'd given it something, though.
Yeah, War Leaders are definitely an army suffering from like having a detachment.
Yeah. Just for the variety. Like not...
Because there was the 2. There was the Demons and Berserker, but they nerfed the Demons really hard.
Demon King got hit really hard on the thing that was worth it.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. But now there's nothing left.
There's nothing worth it.
It's just Berserker Warband again. So I just really struggle with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just makes me sad, man.
Yeah. That's kind of all the winners and losers right now. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, so no, there is one that we have not talked about.
Who do I not talk about?
Space Marines.
Oh, yeah, those guys. I did forget about those guys.
You forgot about Space Marines? Dude, you're a Space Marine player.
I did. I know. It's infecting me. Space Marines. So, Space Marines net win.
Shadowmark died.
Shadowmark's
and
dead.
I'm really sad about
But
that.
it was already on the way out.
Yeah, but like,
I agree. It's weird that they nerfed it when it was already on the way out. Or sorry, let me clarify. Nerfed it as hard as they did.
Yeah, I think just nerfing the rapid ingress would have been enough, honestly.
I would agree. I think that was like one of the most broken
to
things about it.
see like the Vanguard veterans go up and the Death Sense go up.
Vanguard vets went to
Sean,
100.
I do think Ethan Sean was too cheap, but it's one of those things again where like I'm really okay with the off-brand characters being too good in Space Marines because the bar is so high.
I would agree.
Like I'm okay with Shrike being a baller character because he has this little asterisk that says you can't play Ultramarines.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm just okay with Sean being too cheap because he does like 100 points of stuff for 85 points, but like, come on, look around the game. Everyone has that.
I would agree. I think Raven Guard is a big miss on the changes. I think Space Marines are not necessarily a winner from the slate, but winner recently in general, right? Because Victrix are great. And then also, I think Victrix got... I think they won in the sense that Victrix didn't get deleted. They got a fair nerf instead, right?
Yeah, Ultramarines could have gotten hit harder, and it would not have been at all unreasonable. Mm-hmm. And I very much expect to continue to see Ultramarines happen.
I think Ultramarines are going to be great.
I think Ultramarines are still really good. Yeah. I am probably going to be playing Ultramarines at a tournament this weekend.
Yep.
They're really good. But I just like... I'm sad for everyone else because Space Marines is 4 armies in a trench coat. Imperial Fists are actually outside the trench coat holding the umbrella.
They're like, please.
They're sitting in a chair in the corner of the hotel room.
Yep.
It's just sad. But like, none of these nerfs were unfair. Victrix going up to 240 was very reasonable. I would have not been surprised by 250.
I would not have been shocked by 250 to 260.
Not have been shocked by that. Ultramarines, pretty good. But like, I just feel like some of these other changes actually pretty cool too. Eradicators.
Yeah, we haven't seen Eradicators in a long time.
Eradicators getting cheaper, I actually really like.
Yep.
I actually really like.
I like that. Aggressors came down a little.
Yeah, the Aggressor one I'm less excited about because the Aggressor data sheet makes me lukewarm. It's like manages to be like not good in combat and not good in shooting, and that's just a really weird place to be.
Khan, is he worth it at 60 points?
I think he needs to be about 50.
We got to keep going
Dude,
down. That's tough. That's tough. Poor guy.
So like Corsaro Con and 5 Assault Intercessors is 135.
That's tough.
That's close. It's not there, but it's close.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to do with that.
Poor guy.
I do feel bad for Con. I mean, he really just needs like a little bit of like a tune-up. Like, come on, the Lord Discordant on Hellstalker managed to get a little bit of a
You got a sick tune-up.
sick tune-up. Like, we can't just like
I still don't see him that often,
no.
which is weird.
We can't just give Corsaro Con just like it's a little something. Just like let Con, not his friends, just let Con reroll wounds against characters or something.
That'd be cool.
He's a head taker. It's his whole thing. Other than that, like a lot of these little buffs, like the Eradicator Squad cheaper is like nice. The Thunderstrike cheaper is nice. The Thunderstrike cheaper actually is something that is relevant for not Ultramarines. Because it gives the +1 to wound. It's 15 points cheaper. It's much better for now in Dark Angels or Space Wolves if you are trying to bring actual guns. Death Watch as well.
Sure.
It doesn't affect Space Wolves as much because you're never trying to bring guns. But like if you are, it doesn't affect Blood Angels because they're not trying to bring guns. But if you are, the Thunderstrike gets a lot better. If you are building a shooting-oriented thing, like if you did the new detachment and you were actually taking a reasonable amount of guns, I could see a Thunderstrike like being in there.
What does the Thunderstrike do again?
It shoots 3 shots that hit on 2s inherently.
Cool.
And the thing that it tags, if it's a monster vehicle, the army gets +1 to wound against it. With Oath, there obviously is another way to make things be +1
cool.
to wound against one target.
Not for Space Wolves.
Not for Space Wolves. So like Ultramarines where you get double Oaths, you just like don't take a Thunderstrike. But if you do single Oath, because you're doing a different chapter like White Scars or Salamanders, a Thunderstrike gets better.
Nice.
Frankly, in Black Templars, if you are still trying to keep a balance of shooting, I actually really like it because it gives you +1 to wound on your rep X's.
Which solves a lot of
Solves
their
a lot of
problems.
the problem. It's also inherently ballistic skill 2. And so it itself is good at shooting a not Oath target.
That's cool.
Yeah. Just like little things like that make it actually interesting in the not Ultramarines. And I think that Eradicators are also good not Ultramarines because they real hits against vehicles. And in not Ultramarines, you have a harder access to real hits because you just don't have it everywhere.
Makes sense.
And so these Oath independent units are generally better if you aren't playing Ultramarines.
Yep.
However, are they good enough? Maybe. Not like sold on it being good enough, but like maybe.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I can see that.
I think Ultramarines are going to stay on top. Ultramarines are clearly one of the best armies in the game.
If not the best.
Yeah, they're clearly top 3. I would put them at number 1, I think, at the moment.
I think so. I would agree with that.
But I'm hopeful that the nerfs to Victrix Guard were enough, but I'm not going to be surprised when they're not.
Makes sense.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yep, I would agree with that.
Everyone else that changed, like, Emperor's Children got slightly nerfed and it's just sad, but you just keep doing the same thing. Tyranids got slightly buffed and it's sad because you just keep doing the same thing because the buffs don't matter.
Yeah.
It's just
Most armies are kind of locked
fixes.
into their path at this point.
Yeah, and I think the biggest change is just that the two of the 3 top dogs, or even 3 of the 4 top dogs, have received serious changes. They're not all gone.
Yep.
We'll see about that. I'm very curious to see what the lads put for the tier list. Oh, you're on the tier list for next week.
I did it.
You already did the tier list for next week? Well, don't spoil it then.
I won't spoil it.
All right. Well, we have received a lot of super chats during this video,
Yeah, let's get in there.
and we should read them all. So if you have given us a super chat, well, don't worry. We're getting to it right now. And if you haven't, now's not a bad time.
Scrolling.
All right, we had a lot of new members of the Worm. Thank you so much. Tassin, Benshaw, D4C, and Bonsai Kitty Gaming has...
Bonsai Kitty Gaming is like the coolest name ever.
sent a gift membership. Thank you so much, Bonsai. And everyone else, thank you so much. Welcome to the Worm.
All right. Best Blueberry, $2. New guard attach. Viable as a card combat army.
Yes. 30 Rough Riders, 18 Bulgrin, jam.
Agreed.
Dude, I love it. Guard deserve to be a combat army.
Super Balroth, $5. Mike, what's the best way to attack 30 Scarab Cult Terminator list and phalanx with ultras? Touch them. I mean, like, it's the best thing. You just touch them. They can only fall back in one place. Right?
It's a stratagem.
It's a strat, right?
Yep.
And then the Scarabs are really bad at breaking themselves out. Right. So if like you're running like let's say you're running the G-Man version and like G-Man touches a brick and then you have some Vitrix touch a brick and then like you just charge like a tank into the other brick. They're not that good at killing tanks. They're lethal everywhere, but like it's strength
The
5.
funny thing with the tenors is that they're usually not swinging all 10.
Yes, that's the other thing too. Is like it's really hard actually to get them all in. There's not like a huge base they can pile in around or anything like that, so it makes it pretty
If
tough.
a rhino's only getting hit by one of the 2 bonk staves,
Yep.
they're actually very unlikely to get out of it.
Yep.
And if nothing else, it might just drag the Doombolt into a Rhino instead of a Victor's Card.
Sure. And then you like shoot a bunch. So you basically shoot them a bunch, and then you touch them all, and they're on their turn like, oh no, I can only fall back in one place.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm Ultramarines, I do whatever I want, and then you fall back with your whole army, and then you shoot them
just keep
again.
hitting 'em? Yeah.
You just shoot them again. So I think that matchup would be, it's probably the easiest way to do that matchup if I had to guess.
That's fair. Trent Mazer, welcome to the Worm Gold. Thank you so much for your support. Welcome aboard.
Azusa Kazuma. Thank you, $5. The meta BT list went up 70 points. The meta 12 Vitrix went up 70 points. Were BT winning more than Ultramarines? No, they were not. And then we talked about that a bunch. So I'm guessing this was before we talked about it.
Yeah.
Question mark. We're in agreement. So yeah, no. We're not winning.
I think Templars should get like 50 of those points back as soon as possible.
Probably.
I don't really understand what happened there.
Ryan, thank you for $5. Can we get a single game with John playing the Toxic Ren before 11th? A Christmas miracle. I don't think he's played it once in 10th. Have you played it once in 9th?
I have never played a game with the Toxic Ren. Ever.
It's a cool model. Completely unfunctional.
It does look cool.
But it is sick.
The Toxic Ren is, I believe, the only current Tyranid model that I do not have at least one of painted.
Wow, you don't even have a painted one?
I don't own one.
Donation goal. We need to make.
Every time I buy a Toxic Ren on a flyer, I build it as a Maleceptor, and I've done that 3 times.
Oh, is it the same kit?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. And then okay, so you're telling me that that's the same kit, so it's the same body.
Yeah.
Except the Toxic Ren just has those giant tentacles. That's awesome.
Yeah, the Maleceptor has scything talons that are like this.
Yeah.
Like he's just like,
and the Toxic Ren has like, wow, that's crazy. Okay, that's actually really funny.
Yeah, it's a little sad.
Bergen Park is painting, $5. Don't worry, John. I'll bring down our EC win rate so we can get buffs.
I hope so.
John, maybe you should throw. You go to a tournament and throw.
Yeah, I think what's actually happening is that I'm going to play Ultramarines at a singles event for the first time since February.
I think you need to go to a tournament, go 3-3, and be like, they're too nerfed.
Dude.
Not even I, John Lennon, can go buff 3-3 with Inverse Children.
Yeah. Then in 3 months they go back down to 200. I immediately take them, start going to 6. So I'm like, dude, this is the 45 points. This is the break point.
Red Rum, thank you for your 5 European currencies. Regarding Eldar, imagine your nerf is that you play the same 40k as other armies, running away, jumping back into transports. No one makes your invulns. No, make your invulns.
Yeah, the nerf is that you have to play the same Warhammer as everyone else.
Yes, that is true.
That's true.
That is true.
And even then, I think once people like get over the sticker shock, I think that the Fuegan and Fire Dragon unit
Fire and Fade is still just good.
1, Fire and Fade is still really good. 2, you just charge people with Fuegan.
And Azurman Fires and Fades for free.
And Azurman Fires and Fades for free. But like you just charge like 5 Howling Banshees and Fuegan into someone's trash piece.
Yep.
And then Fuegan gets back in the boat when you're done.
Yeah. There's still ways around this.
Yeah, like that's still uninteractive and terrible.
Maybe Eldar is still broken.
Maybe Eldar is still broken. I'll make a short about it.
Okay, you take a crack at this one.
Is this
Vaka?
Yeah, Vakla.
Yeah, you got it.
Would you play Sengard and a Lieutenant with 10 Assault Intercessors in Blood Angels RCO? First of all, I'm very sorry that I mispronounced your name because I almost certainly butchered that horribly. I'm so sorry. Mm-hmm. You can get 61 Chainsword attacks at AP 3 and 11 Power Fist attacks at AP 4. But are they too slow? You do get fallback and charge. Okay.
Who doesn't fall? Does the Lieutenant just like give fallback?
Lieutenant is fallback, shoot, charge.
He's kind of cheating now too,
The Sang
right?
Priest is a 5-up Feel No Pain and +1 AP in combat.
That's pretty good. What can he all attach to?
He only joins like intercessors and start. He doesn't join Blade Guard. Yeah. Is the crucial part of it.
Yeah.
That's
kind of a lot of attacks, right?
That's actually...
Does the Lieutenant give lethals too?
He does give lethals. So I really don't hate that, as I think Blood Angels are allowed to take like an allocation of 1 oath-dependent unit.
Yeah.
You like spam out Weapon Skill 2 and also Death Company.
Yep.
And then you get like 1 oath unit, and that you could put a gun on that spot. So far, I'm just seeing people put more melee. I actually think it's kind of spicy to put an Assault Terminator unit in there, but I don't think it's like necessary. Just like cool. You could use actually the next super shot.
You could use the Sanguinary tier too to give him sus 2.
You could. I think you can do that. My gut is that you're paying a little bit too much for a 5-up Feel No Pain infantry unit that hits really hard when you have access to many 5-up Feel No Pain infantry units that hit really hard.
You do. Death Company.
And so I think that it is really cool, but it doesn't provide so much unique value that I'm going to say like, oh, you just should take that.
It's cool,
It
though.
just like is another cool melee unit you can take Blood Angels. That's a little pricey, and so you might need a repulsor or something because of that whole speed problem that you were recognizing.
Yeah, that's the big thing we were talking about earlier with Blood Angels, that the new detachment, honestly, just so many ways to play it, which is really cool.
Yep. Next one is from Asian Persuasion. What do we think about a fights first Terminator Chaplain in Blood Angel list now that the normal Terminators got a slight buff? 1, that is really cool. 2, I actually don't hate giving them Scout.
Yeah, Terminators with Scout can solve a lot of problems that they normally have. Terminators don't always have to Rapid Ingressin or Deep Strike, right? They can just like start on the table and start running. My only question is, would you rather just Scout like a Judicar Blade Guard unit?
It's a Chaplain enhancement.
Oh.
It is Chaplain locked, baby.
Oh, I see. So you can't do that.
Yeah.
You have to put it on a...
I will say, I do like, and I do think it's okay on a fights first as well, but I think either of the enhancements. I do actually really like Assault Terminators in Blood Angels because the Blood Angel buffs are just so insane. And so having instead something that's relatively durable and a dev wounds is really nice. Now, this might not be the meta for it because I think some people are pretty mad about 4-wound infantry at the moment.
Yeah.
And so maybe now is not the time.
Well, they're only 3-wound anyway, but...
Assault Terminators are 4.
Oh, really?
You give them a Storm Shield.
Oh, cool.
It's Storm Shield Thunderhammer. They gain +1 weapon skill and they now cause battle shock tests at the start of every fight phase.
So they hit on 2s.
hit on 3s.
Oh, they used to hit on 4s.
They used to be weapon skill 4.
Oh, that's... Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
That's why
So
we
they
take
hit
them
on 3s now.
So they just hit on 3s, but like on the charge, that's 4 attacks, and you can make them the Oath recipient because no one else gets it. The Chaplain gives +1 to wound. You can choose to get to AP3, their dev wounds. You can get the strength bonus. Like you can get them to some pretty interesting places if you want.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I don't hate it. Mount Hellbane, $2. John, thoughts on Exultant with swords and plus Flawless blades? Or sorry, sword plus Flawless?
Mount Hellbane. So the problem is that if you take an Lord Exaltant and then attach it to a Flawless blade unit, you get like 8 more damage to attacks that auto wound on 3s, which is kind of like having 2 more Flawless blades. The problem is that he costs more than that.
That is a lot.
And like, if you're looking at this is the real problem with this guy is that he's 80 points, I think, and then the enhancement's 15, so it's 95 points.
Got it.
So 3 Flawless blades and a Lord Exaltant is 15 points cheaper than 6 Flawless blades.
That's tough.
I think you just
take 6 Flawless blades.
just take 6 Flawless
Yeah, because
blades.
he doesn't really give them enough of a
He gives
meaningful buff.
lethal, which is bluntly not that useful.
Yep.
It's not bad, but like
It's not bad, but when you're anti-3 up everything, it's kind
you
of...
did miss one.
Oh, I did miss one.
From
What did I miss?
Griffey Good.
Oh, I see that. Yes. Griffey Good. Is new EC detachment just an Ultramarine counter?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
Nope. No, it's not.
Yeah. So like it can punch Vitrix good.
Yeah.
Like it can do that. But the problem is like our impression is that the EC detachment is not holistic in what it can do. Right. And to fight such a strong holistic army as Ultramarines, I think you need to have like a lot of attack angles. Or you need to be incredible at the one thing you do. But I don't think the new one is incredible at the one thing it does.
What
Right.
you can do, and I think the reason to look at this, is that Flawless blades are very good at killing Victrix Guard.
I can see that.
They are 6/3/2 auto wound on 3s, so they essentially ignore the wound mod. And you just go in, and if you are in this attachment, you are AP4. And you have a 2 CP, which is harsh, but 2 CP is 2 CP, but you can spend it. Reroll hits and wounds against character units. Victrix Guard basically always are. So
You can kill those really good.
you can kill Victrix Guard with Flawless Blades. 6 Flawless Blades with the strat probably does kill a 6 Victrix Guard and has good odds on the character at the end as well.
Yeah, I guess for me, when I evaluate, there's lots of armies, or even particularly melee armies, that have like a damage combo. It's like, I can get the Vitrix.
Yeah.
It's just part 2, like the thing, that holistic approach is like, you have to also be ready for the army behind it.
Or in front of it.
Or in front of it.
Yeah.
And if you're not prepared also for that at the same time, that's the big trap with Ultramarines that I see that everyone keeps falling into, is everyone's like, oh, I just have to kill the Vitrix. You don't just have to kill the Vitrix. Beating Ultramarines is so much more than just being able to kill Vitrix.
Dude, you killed the Victrix.
I did. It did not matter. And then it's like Jack with his Sacrosants, right? Everyone always fell into the trap of like, oh, I can kill Sacrosants. No, you have to deal with the other army, right?
Yeah.
You have to deal with everything else at the same time. So it's a very similar concept, right?
I agree on that completely.
Bonsai Kitty Gaming, obligatory post, 3 Exorcists /60 Sisters for the win. Is there some context on this?
I don't know what the context is, other than that the Battle Sister squad is just generally better than people think.
I mean, it's true. Like it is just
pretty good.
It is just a good.
I actually really like the Imagifier in there. I know no one does it, and it is for a reason. But
What does it even do?
It gives like a 2-up armor, and no, sorry, it gives a 4-up invul, I think.
You.
I give it 2-up armor as well. It's actually just like kind of
Sure,
fun.
that's kind of
It's
neat.
like makes them tough.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
The Exorcists, I hope are not back. I don't want indirect. I don't
I don't
want
like indirect. I don't want indirect.
I don't
ever
want
to
it.
exist.
I don't want it to
hate
exist.
Hate indirect. MMPK 1000.
Read this one out. This is
Hey, John and Michael. The EC Discord is currently in flames trying to decide how the new EC detachment rule works raw versus rules as intended. And what even is rules? The rules intended. It seems like raw, the rule might be hard for us to use.
Okay.
So, spoiler alert, me and John played a game.
yeah.
We encountered this is a very difficult rule to keep track of as well as trigger.
It is so much.
Yeah, this is a really weird rule.
So the rules as written versus rules as intended argument here for anyone who's unaware, I'll keep it brief, is that you do not get the detachment rule when you attack a unit that was charged this phase. However, in the fight phase, they were not charged this phase. They were charged a phase ago, last phase, this turn, not this phase. I personally, until they deem to fix that, which will either be next week or in 11th edition in 3 years.
Sure.
Whenever they do fix this, until then, I'm going to say that it's charged this turn because you physically cannot charge in the fight phase.
Yep.
One of my lines of rules reading is that if a sentence has no reason to exist and it is printed without any possible effect, you go with the interpretation that gives it a reason to exist.
Yep. I would agree.
Right?
Yeah. I think that you just kind of have to play this as it seems like it should work.
As much as that is a not fun to play with interpretation,
Yep.
and I wish it did not go there, there is a bullet point that does not exist otherwise.
Yep.
And so I'm like, all right, these words were put in there for a reason, even if they clearly should have added a comma or they should have done a thing differently.
Agreed.
I'm going to play what I see as rules as intended, which is if you charge 2 things in, neither of them get the bonus, which is rough.
That is tough. So hopefully, I think this could be a pretty cool detachment. It's just going to need hopefully we just get an FAQ soon that's just kind of fixes it. So that'll be nice. TSA to some I don't know.
I don't know this one.
I'm not going to try. Thank
you so much.
Thank you for $2. Watches from Cormagra as the GW nukes fall.
Dark Eldar got off relatively light, but also they weren't so crazy that I feel they needed nerfs.
Yeah, I think they're fine at the moment. I think Dark Eldar are sitting in a pretty interesting position. I'm somehow convinced they're really good and convinced they're bad at the same time. So
Drukhari strike me as June Emperor's Children, where the army is too hard to play to have a great win rate, but I'm not at all surprised if I see a player do well with it.
I would agree.
That's
a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Best Blueberry, member for 9 months, has line become auto-include with all the 4-wound elite infantry running around.
If you play Dark Angels, you take the line. 100%. If you are playing Dark Angels, you take the line.
This is like a new era.
We are getting closer to the point where Dark Angels actually stack up compared to Ultramarines. We are not there yet. We are not as far off as we could be right now. I actually think Dark Angels are starting to look more interesting in the meta where it currently is. And so I'm interested in it.
WTC John is looming. To Space Marines.
I do love my
Dark
line.
Angels.
I want to love the line. I love Dark Angels. I want to love the line.
Oh gosh, I scrolled too far. Hold on.
You've scrolled too greedily and too deep.
All right, we're good. We're good right here.
Yeah.
All right. Marshall, $10 super chat. I think that Attilan Rough Riders are the most points efficient unit in the game. Are these horses cracked, or are there other units that move as fast and hit as hard for similar points cost?
Attilan Rough Riders are very points efficient.
Yeah, they're very points efficient.
They are
very nebulous answer for part 2. There's lots of different units combinations game.
Yep.
Probably something that hits probably quite as hard. But in terms of guard, the context of guard, nothing quite does what they do.
They are, in the context of guard, they're very useful. They're very unwieldy, but if you successfully navigate the hoops and deliver them, they do hit very hard. I quite like Rough Riders. I think they're fantastic. No qualms. But I do think that they are both better than you think if you don't think about them.
Yep.
And they're not quite as broken as they look if you've taken a serious look at them on paper.
Yeah, I think a real issue with them is oh, whoops. When somebody saw my little horse tail.
Yeah, they're
my whole unit's gone. No.
That has happened to me a couple times.
Right?
Also, sometimes you roll the charge and you only swing with 6.
Yeah.
And Sometimes that wound roll, like those one attack models with AP4 just like spike a little bit and you're like, I'm in combat with one more Terminator than average. Unfortunately, each Terminator alive kills...
there goes my whole unit.
Yeah, kills like 3 or 4 Rough Riders back. Dude, I mean, I did that against you, right?
You did that literally against me. You
I charged in
Wolf Guard.
10 Rough Riders into like a character and 3 guys.
Something like that.
And I killed 1.
And then you died.
And I was like, oh, well, maybe I can tie you up. And then you killed all 10 back. I was like, dang, if I'd killed 1 more Terminator, you wouldn't have broken out of combat. And then you wouldn't have gone and charged a second unit.
Yep.
They're a little susceptible to the spike.
So I think they are really good.
Yeah.
We are pro Rough Rider.
Pro Rough Riders.
Pro Rough Rider. Benji,
Benji.
$5. Orcs feel bad because Warhorde with a 500-point gas break are required to be competitive and no one like being forced one way to play. Agree. I think one of the coolest things about Orcs is that they have so many different ways to play the game. And a lot of people don't realize this, and I say this all the time, is that Orcs have as many ways to play the games as Space Marines do. They're just worse at them at it in every way. I just have really bad data sheets. That's really the big thing. Like
you're not a shooting army.
I have like knights. I have tons. I have so many shooting units. I genuinely have as many shooting units as I do melee pieces, right? Which is crazy to say. That's crazy to say that. I have like monster mash kill rigs. I can run out a bunch of def dreads and killicans. I have like these cool mechs. I can build a full gun line. I can build a full melee army. I can go horde. I can put 60, 80 orc boys on the table. But like,
I'd compare you to Tyranids, honestly.
that's probably like a similar aspect, right? Like it's probably quite similar. It just, the only way you can truly play Warhorde or Orcs at all right now is you take the 500-point gas break. Without it, you cannot compete. You just can't. And even then, it's still incredibly hard and volatile and dangerous. So
I broadly agree with that.
agree with all the things.
Sad.
This is the longest YouTube name I've ever seen in my life.
What is?
Look at this.
Parental mentor. That's what we're going with.
Yeah, and then a lot of stuff. 2 questions. One, Michael, my man, you got a Warpforged list to share? Not yet, but maybe soon in the Discord.
Okay.
2,
Make a short out of it.
John, sorry to bother, but how's progress on figuring out EC now?
I have several directions to take EC. They're all coterie with multiple Demon Princes. I just haven't... I've written the list in 3 ways to finish it. I really don't know which one I like more. I think you can either go back to the old rule of 2, where you basically you are just kind of like taking the current list and you're swapping out the 3rd prince for Lucius the Eternal. And by doing so, you actually kind of get an enhancement in the list. So you have 1 prince resurrects instead of a 3rd prince, and then you have Lucius.
Cool.
And that kind of fits.
Yeah.
I actually think Fulgrim in Coterie is more interesting now that some of the obvious Fulgrim just dies is out of the game.
Agreed.
And if the game starts to become more melee focused, I think Fulgrim in Coterie starts to become actually quite interesting.
Yeah.
And then the 3rd option is that you can take the current Demon Prince list and you can turn one of them into a walking prince.
Oh, that's an
And
interesting
that's
idea.
2005. And so you have to wiggle a little bit, but it can be done.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
And so I don't know which one of those is best. I'm going to have to play a couple games with it to kind of figure out which one I
I'll
like.
figure out. CSM Sandy. Should CSM players be concerned about the 44% win rate?
You know, I appreciate that CSM Sandy comes in as CSM questions.
I do
I think
appreciate
more
that.
usernames should be this useful.
I think so too. I think that CSM are in a weird spot. I would be agree that the 40% win rate is a little concerning, but
Yeah.
there are also some decent builds of CSM out there that exist. I think the Renegades Raiders build is pretty interesting.
I think CSM are one of those armies that really benefits from the changes to the top.
I would agree as well.
The CSM buffs do not strike me as particularly impactful.
Yeah.
I don't think that's why CSM got better. I think CSM are a good, fair army that gets rolled by the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And those wrong things now went up 200 points, and so you have a better shot at them.
Yep, I could see that. I also think that CSM are suffering a little bit from power creep at the moment. Their data sheets are a bit aged.
But I think that this balanced data slate has mostly been tuning down power creep.
I would agree.
Because more things went down than went up.
I would agree.
Now, I do agree CSM got power creeped out. You could give them small buffs, and I wouldn't be mad about it at all. They got small buffs.
Mm-hmm.
I think if the win rate stays below 46, that they need a little more love.
Yeah, I would agree. I think we can reevaluate this army in a couple months and kind of see where they land
not
up.
quite.
Yeah. Let's get it. $5. When is Nick going to play his 18 Vitrix Honor Guard? I want to see his hero to villain arc completed. I don't think we know either. We will all find out together.
All I'm saying
They're probably still in the box.
there has been a lot of smoke and not a lot of fire on this particular adventure.
Yeah, I would agree.
I haven't seen a Victrix Honor Guard get built by Nick.
Not yet.
And to be clear, John and Nick's Victor Sondergaard are separate here.
Yeah, they are. They're different.
I
Heard you're you're building the fence.
absolutely drawing the line. Mine, and I don't see this happen. I haven't seen this happen. Now, maybe it will. There's plenty of time. There's a whole winter holiday before Nick's next tournament.
That's right.
But you know what? I do want to see it on stream. I want to see Nick. Deliver on this one.
So we'll see.
I'm optimistic.
Add him in the Discord and ask him.
Absolutely, every day until he answers.
Except he's busy right now. He's on a cruise.
busy.
He's on a cruise.
Vacation.
So
yeah.
add him next week.
Go on.
Dude, this is a trap. This is a trap name. All right. Well, thank you, Balls 9052 for $5. Do you think Fulgrim is competitive in the new Grotmist detachment?
I think the new Grotmist attachment is better without Fulgrim.
I actually, I would agree.
Sorry.
I would agree with that
I'm
one.
so sorry. Just like
That just is what it is.
yeah.
So no,
I'm so sorry.
sad face.
You just use the strats on the Demon Princes. Next.
Yep. Twilight, $5. Michael, after some testing, how do you feel about Wolf Scouts? That was a really disappointing 100 points I paid. I'm not gonna lie. So they you take a scout squad and an incursor squad and you fuse them together.
Yeah.
But I didn't like that very much. Now, I will say I'm willing to give them a little more play because they do have some cool words. They're strictly better than a scout squad and an incursor squad. The issue I'm finding with them is that every time I get to 105, I'm like, I can make a little more room and I can have a whole Thunderwolf Cavalry squad. I would rather have a Thunderwolf because Thunderwolves are 115 and Wolf Scouts are 105.
That's rough.
That is a really hard comparison. However, if I had a list and I had 105 points and I could not change anything else, I would take Wolf Scouts and I would feel fine about it.
Honest
How I feel about
question.
Wolf Scouts, if you like them, I think they're fine.
Honest question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you rather have infiltrators?
That's
I looked at that data sheet, brother.
it's kind of tough.
I think I'd rather have infiltrators.
So the Haywire Mine is a big deal for Space
I
Wolves.
love the Haywire Mine.
The Haywire Mine is a really big deal
You know how I
because
feel about the Haywire Mine.
getting the vehicles is kind of tough sometimes for Space Wolves. And then also that dog. As funny as it sounds,
He got that dog.
the fact that he moves 10 is a really big
He
deal.
moves 7. It's like a +4 move on a
Yeah,
compared to an
it's
infiltrator.
so they can move really fast.
Just off their walls.
I think I probably would like to take the Wolf Scout one. No, he moves their walls. What are you talking about?
Oh, he does?
He's just
sorry,
beast.
he's Beast.
Yeah, he's just Beast.
Sorry, Thundercav down.
Yeah, he's just Beast. Yeah. So I think Wolf Scouts are very fine. I'm not looking to put them in my cutting edge list, but if you were like, I really want to run Wolf Scouts, I think that's a fine concession you can make in your list.
I think that's fair.
Yep. Hawk Ruff, $2. Oh, I scrolled too far. New Wolves detachment, good enough. I'm still working on it, is the real answer. I've tried a couple games now. It's not bad, which is a good starting point.
Yep.
Because that's what all the other Space Wolf detachments are.
Started off bad.
So just bad. However, I think it's really neat. I think the next data sheet I want to look in it, I posted it in the Discord last night. It has a couple Redemptors in it, which I think could be interesting because they can go through walls in this attachment, as long as you can give them the +1 to wound, which means they can be like Codex Space Marines, which notably Codex Space Marine Redemptors are pretty not bad. And then Space Wolves have a pretty strong durability skew. So the Redemptor has like a little bit more inherent value in being into that durability skew. So I think that's something I'm going to look at next. A little less melee pieces, a little more gun, a little more. I think you do need to embrace a little bit of the gun aspect if you really want to make that detachment work.
Sure.
I was curious if just melee sus lethal would be good enough. It's fine. It's cool. But I think you should really do yourself the favor, bring some more tools.
Yep.
Bring a chat. $10. So Dataslate, if you're happy, if you know it, clap your hands. I think I'm happy. I'm happy.
I'm happy Victor Scott only went up 30.
What about a new tournament format where you build the worst list and then swap your opponents and then play 40K? So notably, this would be fun in good faith. However, there are too many lists in the game you can write that are genuinely like, you can't even like actually play 40K.
Yeah.
Like you just are like, oh, thank you for my like fortifications and OC0 models.
You build the list with like 6 drop pods, 6 Razorback, 6 Rhinos, 18 characters.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, wow, each character has to go in okay.
Yeah. So there are some problems with that. However, it would be fun if like you did it with your friends and then everyone had some good faith intention behind it. That would be cool.
I think what would be a lot more fun is that if we you know how sometimes you do like a worst attachment to your list?
Yeah.
We did one at some point. I think it would be a lot of fun if we did a Streamhouse RTT where we had to draw detachments out of the hat, and then we had to do our best.
That'd be cool.
I think that would be like,
that'd be
or
fun.
like we all picked a detachment for the other person. Like I, whispered and huddled up with everyone, and then I picked the worst orc detachment for Michael to play at Streamhouse RTT, and then they realized that Slaanesh Chosen exists.
It's the worst one.
It's not as bad as Slaanesh Chosen.
It can't be.
It cannot be. Like Emperor's Children has some highs, but they got some lows, brother.
What do I think is the worst orc detachment? Is it the big hunt? If it's the big hunt, that's not even that bad.
Honestly, yeah. Maybe orcs just have 5 mediocre detachments.
I have a lot of mediocre detachments that just aren't crazy, right? Like,
all right. And we'll make
however, it could be fun.
It could be fun.
You'd make me play the Space Wolf Terminator detachment.
Dude, I would do that.
Red Arm. Genuinely think orcs would be solved if made into a combined arms army. Agreed. They have the same amount of shooting data shoots as melee. Yep, that's what I've been saying. And yet they are put into that melee corner. John, how is painting full grown? I get to answer my question first. Brigade, notably, was a time that orcs were very enjoyable to play, and it was very fun because I had both guns and I both had melee, and they took it away from me, and it actually felt really good to play. And everyone was like, "Oh my god, orcs are so good!" And honestly, they weren't even broken, and it would have been fine. Brigade, you could put unnerfed Brigade back into the game. It would be fine. Fine.
Big news if true.
Anyway, John, you may answer your question now.
Painting Fulgrim is going okay. He's very beautiful.
He's pretty.
He's very pretty. I was painting him in sub-assemblies, and then I did have to assemble him halfway through. He wasn't being painted to play a game with him for stream. And so now I use as minimal super glue as possible. So when I take him home, I'm going to see about breaking him back open again.
Just put him in the freezer.
Yeah, I think I'm going to, at some point, my wife's going to be like, John, what the heck?
Yeah, why is Fulgrim in the freezer?
I was about to say something a lot worse than heck. I was like, actually, wait, hold on. I really am enjoying it. I'm looking forward to getting to the fun detail parts. I've been like just putting on all the base colors.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to finish it up. I'm hoping to paint them by New Year. I think like we all got to take a little break around Christmas. I think I'm going to like watch some bowl games, paint Fulgrim.
Whoops.
Okay, good.
All right. And then Commodore 6342. Help in terminating the instead in Blood Angels RCO detachment roll. Does a unit that did not charge. Okay, so I understand what you're asking. So, but is Battleshock to get +0 +2 attacks morale? So how it works is you charge and you get +1 attack. The instead means if your unit is battle shocked and you charged, you get +2 attacks.
That is my reading as well.
Yeah, you get +2. It's not just if you're battle shocked, gain +2 attacks. So it's +1 on the charge, +2 if you say use one of your strats to battle shock yourself, and you get +2 attacks.
I think all their strats are on the charge over anyways.
So the advance and charge, if you decide you would like to shoot your pistols as well, you can battle shock yourself.
Yeah. But then like that's also on the charge.
Oh yeah, I see.
Unless you walked up and got Spectacle of Spiders.
Yeah, right.
That would be rough.
That would be weird. And then Drew Skywalker. Any recent insights for Spear Point? I'm guessing White Scars.
Yep.
Is it a trap to make a lot of bikes, dreadnoughts versus storm speeders? Got to include Storm Raven.
Okay. I do actually have recent insights. As a matter of fact, I wrote a Spear Point list that I actually think is really cool. I think that for Spear Point White Scars, you do keep the Storm Raven. You also take a repulsor.
Oh, interesting.
So you got both of the big holes. And the repulsor gets a 14 models in a Gravis armor, 6 Eradicators plus a Apothecary Biologist, because Hunter's Eye is a great enhancement. It's sustained hits, ignore cover.
Okay.
And the Apothecary Biologist gives lethal, and the real hits against vehicles.
Cool.
So you're very oath independent, which White Scars desperately need because you don't have Guilliman. You have Corsair Khan instead. Yep. I do think that bikes are a trap. You take 3, you attach Subadin Khan, and that is all you do for bikes. The rest of it is less optimal than other options in Space Marines.
That's sad.
I do think you take 3 speeders, though. I think you just like... I wrote the list out. I don't have it fully memorized, but basically you have 2 Hammer Strikes, 1 Thunder Strike, the Raven, a Repulsor. The Repulsor's loaded with Eradicators. You also get 1 Dreadnought in there. You take the good normal trash stuff, Subodin Khan, and you have some points for flex.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's a good base for a White Scars list.
Makes sense. And then last up, Jonathan Haynes. Hi, John Michael. Hi.
Hi, Jonathan Haynes.
And then Nicholas Carpenter. Welcome to the war.
Thank you so much for the support. All right,
that was a lot.
That was a lot of super chats.
That was a lot of super chats, a lot of chat. We talked about a lot of stuff in 40K, and I think it's wrapping us up.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Again, if you like this video, make sure you like the video, share, leave a comment, subscribe. This all really helps us grow the channel. And if you subscribe, you get notified the next time we put up a YouTube video, which is a next Tuesday tier list, I believe.
Something like that.
I think the next time we put up a list is on Tier List Tuesday.
think so.
Stay tuned. That'll be really exciting. We'll even have Michael on it.
I am on it.
And
Me
we
and Richard.
will see all of you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.